Back to JCR Garage. This time I'm going to start off by reminding everyone about the giveaway that we're doing on this channel. It is the top link in the description below. Go to that video and check it out. And subscribe if you haven't, because you subscribe to enter the giveaway. Also, I want to give a special thanks to NOVAtazz, Camaro Time, the Most Ariel, and Dirtfloorfab for sharing that giveaway in its infancy and start off just after I posted it. They shared it, and special thanks to you guys. You should go check them out. They are also in the description below. Now, it has turned into a bit of a recurring theme, this, with me standing in front of the Fairlane talking to you, but this time it is because there's a good reason. This thing has a Ford 302 in it, the Windsor motor. And that is also gonna go into my Granada. Because I went and asked the, the Norwegian Public Road Administration, that's what they call themselves, to install a 302 into my Granada. And they said, yes, you can. It can have 255 horsepower and 298 foot-pounds of torque. That is 405 newton meters, right there about. That is what I'm allowed to put into that car, but I also have to upgrade the brakes and most likely the diff. Have different ratio back there. I'm not sure if there's anything else I have to do. I will most likely lower it on lowering springs and shocks just to get it a bit stiffer, because right now it has a 2.3 liter with 112 horsepower, and you put 255 in there, it's gonna have to be a bit stiffer. And it's also most likely gonna need some bigger wheels, because now it has 185/70 14s. Doesn't grip up at all. And this is definitely not going to do so with 255 horsepower. But this is the reason I'm putting the Windsor in, and instead of what everyone in America does is putting an LS in everything. But anyway, Dirtfloorfab, you put the LS into the Valiant. Now, just under 6 months ago, I delivered a Dart to a friend of mine that has a V8 in it. That is a 74 Dart. It used to have a 225 slant 6, just like your car did. And the slant 6 was taken out and a 318 small block Mopar was put into that car. Now, the reason there's a 318 small block Mopar in it is because if anyone ever finds out that that car doesn't come with a V8, they most likely will take the license plates off of it, and you're not allowed to drive it until it has a 275 back in it. Yes, that is the rules over here. And that's why you don't put an LS in things, because they will find out really easily that that engine does not come from that car, and you're going to be in trouble. The only way you can do that if you actually register the car with that engine. And that's not just going there, yeah, I'm going to register this, it has that engine in it. It is, you have to apply, get it approved, take it in for a check so they can check the chassis if you actually can't put that much motor in there. Then when you can, you have to put it in, get it back to them so they can test it and try the car to see if it is safe for highway use, road use at all, or if there are a few things you have to change. Because anyway, they have to give you an okay, that car is good enough to drive on the road. Or else you can't. You have to put it back to stock. So you put just an original motor in there, something it came with. So 225 car, you put a 318 in it. Let it have a 318 for a while, upgrade to 360. People are used to it having a V8, give it a 440. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, you see how you go. You go through the original motors that car might have had. But the reason why we're in front of the Fairlane is this thing has a 302 in it. I don't want to pull this 302 out and to put it in the Granada. I'm going to find another 302. Because this, I don't think this hood is even attached at the hinges. No, it's not. That is the 302 in here. It is painted red with, well, it was gold valve covers, and it had a gold master cylinder lid, golden coil, golden vacuum advance on the distributor. That hood is not going to shut again because I don't know where it's supposed to go. Oh, well, it's probably fallen off on the backside. But I don't want to pull the 302 out of here in order to put it in the Granada, so I'm going to have to buy another one. And also, if we just wander along through the shop here, you will find that back here, behind this, all this crap, that's 66 Fairlane wheel, this is a Ford top loader, 4-speed, out of a Mustang. If I have decoded the tags on this thing right, it is a close ratio box. But no, that trans is not going in the Granada either. Because that is my dad's box, and he's putting it in his 66 Falcon that also has a 302 in it. Now it's a 3-speed. It used to be on the column, but they just hacked that off and put a Hurst shifter on the floor. And that Hurst shifter, I'm not talking shit about Hurst, but that shifter, the H pattern thing you put in on a like a Ford 3-speed, they suck. If you go a little bit fast from first out into second, well, I mean a little bit fast, this is the motion. Oh, sorry about that hand. This is the motion you have to do. From first, you have to go like that, in that speed, to actually make it to second, instead of just pulling the shifter out of the gated things down there, the two prongs to stick down that the shifter goes in between. In order to not just miss those entirely, you have to take it carefully out of first, through neutral, to second. Second to third goes just fine, you just rip it, or third to second. Well, not anymore. Well, anyway, that shifter is crap. Well, unless you drive like a granny and go. Yeah. Anyway, that is why the 4-speed is going into that car. Plus, the 4-speed, it has to be a bit more fun than a 3-speed, doesn't it? Yeah. That is my brother's Taunus. That has a 1.6 liter Pinto engine in it. It is original. 2.6 and 1.6. Yeah, Pinto overhead cam 4-cylinder. Could put a 2-liter in there, or a V6, because that would be fun in that car. Put a V6, probably the V6 that's in my Granada. Put that in that thing. Might be more fun than that. That has less than 100 horsepower. It's probably around 70 or 80, maybe 90. The 2-liter has 100 and something. So the 1.6 has to have less than that. We put like 112 horsepower 2.3 in there, or we actually have a 2.6 V6 as well. That's closer to 120. Yeah. In that, it's going to be fun. It doesn't weigh much. It's probably, well, the Granada weighs 1,200 kilos. That is smaller in any way. So probably a ton. Probably. Anyway, that will be it for now, and you also now have the reason why we don't put LSs in things over here, unless it's a track car. And the Fairlane, right there, well, you can see how it looks. I bought that thing in 2013. It hasn't gone far. Anyway, that is it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Also, go check out that giveaway video that I talked about. Alright, so now that I'm back inside, I just got to add a little thing. I'm thinking of holding a Q&A video on this channel, so if you've got any questions for me, about my cars, about any of the projects, about where I am, what I do, who I am, anything, you leave those in the comments below, and I'll be back later. Take care.